All right, let's go further down the rabbit hole. I knew there were ancient keys coded within the core story that I was unfolding after about a decade of deepening on my spiritual path. I was being shown more and more and knew I was cracking the code, cracking the seventh seal. I had been revealing things that secret societies probably wanted to keep secret. I was not allowed to come out with this information until the seventh seal had opened. When the sixth seal opened 4 Easters ago, when it was Easter all around the world, and we had a major Grand Cross lunar eclipse, which began a series of blood moons, and this was the activation and opening of the third eye, the sixth seal, for the planet. For those who were ready to embark on a more spiritual journey, as we have had many divine alignments preparing us for these grander awakenings. All the waves that are coming in from the sun and the Golden Gate and Silver Gate alignments to the central sun have been preparing us to awaken even further. The activations utilizing the seventh seal activator have accelerated the awakening of the crown chakra, aligning us and awakening us to divine consciousness, ever the more so going on aligned with the Oversoul, the highest level of the highest selves. Exposure to the seventh seal material has caused an acceleration of synchronicities that exposed us to more number sequences that activated our DNA. 112233 as a master code sequence was embedded in the English language by Saint Germain so that we would have the power of spoken word aligned with our desire and intent for the greatest manifestation possible. My own self-discovery journey and the manifestation path that I focused on endlessly for decades was discovering the numbers. I looked at thousands of words around the story, around the understanding of the path to enlightenment. I kept finding words and phrases that add up to 22. And I would find many number patterns that clearly suggested this was intelligence at work and not coincidence. I would come to confirm this divine intelligence over and over, realizing that all the major words that describe the basic tenets of our reality, the most important pillars in our systems of existence, all add up to 9. Some of this is going to be moving kind of fast, but for your in-depth perusal, it all exists in video form on YouTube. So we're doing a highlight type overview so that we can have enough general foundation for everybody to comprehend the innermost holy of holies, which is the core of the Saint Germain codes. Many of us have come to understand, or at least recognize, the Star David symbol, which would become the central image and message for reaching enlightenment. The numbers that correspond to the letters on each of the points spell the message. To me, anyway, because my father invented that computer system And one of the commands for sending a message or a text was MSG. So this stood out as something that I couldn't miss. The amount of number synchronicities that I experienced is hard to recount, as there were so many that spurred me along to some of the greatest discoveries I've ever seen. There are multiple ways you can use ciphers and gematria to uncover hidden messages or even pictures encoded with numbers and shapes that describe wisdom. This is called isocephia, and we covered that in other videos. When I first found the English cipher, not the simple numerology, but a different one that is not that well known, and I ran my name, it equaled my birthday. That was pretty freaky. Yet another profound synchronicity. And when I did my full birth name, that equaled the number of pyramid inches in the ascending passageway of the Great Pyramid. Well, obviously that would excite me to no end, especially since about 20 years ago, I discovered that the Silver Gate is also on my birthday and that the Great Pyramid points to it. I would become like a dog with a bone. I needed to know who put these codes in this system. Who created such a system that it would carry this information into this day for us to have it to awaken more. So I asked my higher self to start revealing it to me, and well, of course, it did. But before I came to a conclusive proof and a level of certainty that it was in fact Saint Germain as Sir Francis Bacon, which would take the foundational system to another level, I would have erected many sturdy wisdom pillars in this sacred temple that would prove that the English language is a very positive thing that was painstakingly crafted. Take a look at this. One of the central themes to all of this is that a correlation to the zodiac is more significant than anybody realizes. The church knew, and they tried to understand and capture the power and control us. Is it just a coincidence that JFK was killed on November 22nd? It most likely was a ritual to optimize the alignment on the Golden Gate for their negative energy intentions. In many ways, we're taking back our power, understanding the symbolism that they tried to program us with. If you haven't checked out my material yet, it's quite the complex system that explains a great many things. We're going to go deeper, uncovering what was hidden. The German Lutherans were the first to put a triangle behind the altar, which became the all-seeing eye. Did they know about this number system? It's most likely that they did, as it seemingly had been passed down orally, as we have a lot of evidence of, from the ancient Melchizedek Mystery School. The numbers 1 through 9 and the words that describe those values hold many secrets. I don't expect you to grasp all this information. You're actually getting activations by the energies that are coming off of this information. So while I will go a little deeper into explanation, rest assured, energy, light, frequency, they're all permeating you as this information is being absorbed by your subconscious. There are 3 types of words that describe the number values. There are 3-letter words, 1, 2, 6. There are 4-letter words, 4, 5, 9. And there are 5-letter words, 3, 7, and 8. The secret societies, such as the Rosicrucian Order, which Saint Germain created, has a key that represents a legend of information, 3 teeth on the key that state red, white, and blue. Is it possible this is why the English flag and the American flag are red, white, and blue? This number grouping also incorporates 3, 4, 5, the Pythagorean theory, which are the dimensions of the Great Pyramid. Inherent within the information that our reality is held together with, remember information is light and frequency, carries divine intelligence, such as when numerology is done on the frequency table. You can see on the left there, a number pattern emerges that repeats over and over. The number sequence is grouped into red, white, and blue. For the sake of understanding, the series of numbers are automagically, in essence, grouped into our 3 sets of number word values. The first grouping, 1, 2, 6, has a correlation to the total number value of the grid of all numbers that represent the letters A through Z. The Grand Gallery of the Great Pyramid is at an angle of 261 degrees. Same set of numbers. Any 3 numbers in any order are essentially carrying the same vibration. Not necessarily frequency, but information vibration. Here are a series of phrases that all are either 261, 126, or 612. There's some very powerful statements here. The word is key, the beginning and the end. God is geometry, the throne of God. Frequency is the key, the way to ascend. It's very intriguing to see that Jewish gematria has it coded as well. The Hebrew word in the image adds up to 162. There are numerous examples of this. We certainly don't have time to go through it all. Seekers in the Renaissance wanted to find the pristine language, the original angel language, a way to communicate with God. Was a divine source code passed down to us? It seems so. Seth is considered to be the father of astrology and time, measuring our cycles and seasons. His name falls on the line of the middle pillar, the way to ascend. The Magi were star worshippers from the lineage of Seth. Their secret order protected the divine source code and transmitted it orally for thousands of years, protecting hidden wisdom about the Book of Numbers and the Little Book, the playing cards, which are the most ancient divination system. When my third eye opened to the next level on the sixth seal activation in 2014, I synchronistically discovered this Magi sigil on the internet and was able to see right through it. There are many layers of coded sequences and information here. One that serves our thread for today pertains to the zodiac. Number 238 becomes very significant. For the words that describe the 3 types of zodiac signs numerologically match. And some of the most important words in our story of spiritual enlightenment add up to the same value.